Bradford staged a protest outside the Home Office in London today. They were complaining about delays in dealing with immigration applications. They're calling for free DNA testing to prove that applicants from abroad are genuine relations. Police in Leeds are investigating a robbery where more than £500,000 worth of aircraft engine parts were taken from a local factory. It's believed that the thieves intended to melt them down for scrap, but the operation would need a special furnace. Police say the gang are likely to have problems disposing of their haul. There was a romantic homecoming on the docks at Immingham today as a decade of hard work for a group of railway enthusiasts reached its climax. It's taken 10 years for the Swanage Railway in Dorset to raise around £25,000 to bring a steam locomotive from Turkey. They expect the engine to be under steam by the end of the summer. That's it. Peter Levy will be here with the early news in breakfast time tomorrow.
We spend millions of pounds every year surrounding ourselves with whiteness, yet almost unaware of the price we pay for it in pollution. That's one of the subjects I'll be tackling in a new science series, but it isn't all men in white coats. First, I look at childhood leukemia. Why did Tom Mayo get this terrible illness? Man-made radiation has been blamed, but I've discovered that the causes are more complex and more startling. Find out why in the Thrower Report this Wednesday at 7:40 on BBC One.
Good evening to you all. We've certainly seen a scorcher today in most parts of the country, with the temperature touching the 80 degrees Fahrenheit mark in places as far afield as northern Scotland and London, and there's a lot of fine warm weather to come in the next few days. A little bit of a hiccup at the moment though, in that we've got this front out to the west. It is pushing in and it's producing, or will produce, some outbreaks of thundery rain before it eventually moves on out of the way and fizzles, and we get high pressure squeezing from both sides. On the satellite picture, quite a lot of cloud at the moment over Ireland, and that's producing some outbreaks of rain, and we've had some showers working their way up the Pennines as well. We can see all these on the radar picture. There's the showers, one or two quite heavy ones actually. Wouldn't be at all surprised if there wasn't a rumble of thunder in those, and some fairly heavy rain working its way across the Irish Sea towards the West Country. Now let's pick it up on the forecast now with a computer. Here's the rain as it will be in the very near future, and as I run that sequence you can see some other rain breaks out and the whole lot wanders its way across the country during the next 24 hours or so, but eventually fizzles away from the south, so that by the end of tomorrow there isn't all that much left in many places. Now for tonight, well, at the moment it's fine in a number of areas, but there is some rain beginning to break out. We've had those showers as you've seen, and I think during the course of the night many of these western areas will find some bursts of rain, and some of that rain could be quite heavy, rumbles of thunder mixed in it. Central and eastern areas, though, fine and dry, with one or two mist and fog patches towards the end of the night, and a warm night in store just about everywhere. And then tomorrow, well, for central and eastern areas, probably for the most part a dry day, a reasonable amount of sunshine. The best of the sunshine probably in East Anglia and the southeast. Although in central areas, maybe as the day goes on, you might well find the cloud bubbling up, one or two showers breaking out. But in the more western areas, a good deal of cloud with those outbreaks of rain, some quite heavy thundery rain in places. And that'll work its way across Scotland into some northern parts of England, whereas it turns brighter and showery over parts of Northern Ireland there, and the rain begins to ease off in those southwestern parts. Now temperatures tomorrow quite reasonable, and a very warm day again in the brighter parts of the southeast. And that's all.
This is BBC One. Now here's Jonathan Dimbleby.
Tonight, BBC One is changing its published schedules because of the momentous events in China. Events which provoke for us in Britain a great national dilemma. Tonight's Panorama focuses on the meaning of the blood-stained events in China itself. Immediately afterwards, at 10:15, we'll explore what that upheaval means for us in Britain and for the people of Hong Kong, some of whom will be taking part in this programme. At issue, should the 3.25 million citizens of this colony who are British subjects have the right to settle here as an insurance policy against those who now have control in China? We'll hear not only directly from Hong Kong, but also from the Foreign Secretary and from the British public, in whose hands the final decision rests. We begin with Panorama. The BBC's Foreign Affairs editor John Simpson was a first-hand witness of the astonishing upsurge of protest in China and the massacre which followed at the hands of the People's Army. Here is his report, China, the Rape of Liberty.
At a stroke, the savagery in Tiananmen Square in the early hours of Sunday, June the 4th, destroyed China's peaceable move towards greater freedom and prosperity. It wasn't only people's lives which were destroyed that night, it was their hopes for the